Thank you. Good morning, everyone. That was my booming voice for all of you. Light crowd today. Man, we are few, but we are mighty. So good morning, everyone, and happy Mother's Day. Whether you are a mother, you're a dog mother, you're a cat mother, you're a dad, whatever you are, happy Mother's Day. We welcome you all, and we're so glad that you are here. This is the Eureka Center for Spiritual Living, and we are a warm, welcoming place. And we just gather together on Sundays and then throughout the week to uplift each other. So we start every gathering with an acknowledgement of the native lands that we're on. The Eureka Center for Spiritual Living acknowledges that the land on which we gather is the ancestral territory of the Wiyot peoples. This territory extends to the communities throughout most of Humboldt County, and we honor the Wiyot peoples today. Ho. So if you have not already, if you could silence your cell phone, we would love that. And let's kick things off with a song.
Please stand with me if you are able.
Are you clapping on the 2 and 4 or on the 1 and 3?
Yes. 1 and 3. They're so smart.
Oh, it's an E minor. Okay.
We could do it a cappella. We're going to let them warm up. Here we go. At the top. You got to put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. You got to put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Don't give up hope. Don't give up hope. You're not alone. You're not alone. Don't you give up. Don't you give up. Keep moving on. Keep moving on. So you gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with. Lift up your eyes. Don't you despair. Look up ahead. The path is there. So you gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. I know you're scared. Maybe I'm scared too. But here I am, right next to you. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. You gotta put, let's close it out here, guys. And lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with
Thank you, Donna. Thank you, band. All right. So we always start with our affirmation. We'll read the first part together, and then at the end, please turn to somebody else and say, I'm glad you're here. All right. We are a welcoming community where the vibration of love lifts us, the wisdom of the ages inspires us, and the science of mind teaching empowers us. I'm glad you're here. Glad you're here. So I have some exciting news for you, which we do not have a slide for. If everyone could return to their desks. So I have some exciting news for you for which we do not have a slide, and so I wanted to make sure that everybody got it. Reverend Lynn Fritz is going to be with us at the end of the month. So we will see her again. Yeah, so it's always fun when she makes the travel over from Reading and spends the service with us. So anyway, I just wanted to highlight that for you. So these are the things that we have going on this week at the center. And Reverend Angelica's new class is going to start this Thursday. So this is a 4-week class. It's a love offering. It's in person, Thursday mornings from 10 to noon. So this one is all about finding peace amid the storm, right? The storm may be going on, but within it, we're going to find peace, and becoming the peace is the title of it. Oh, yeah, that's a really good point. There is a sign-up sheet. If you're interested in coming, please do sign up, because Reverend Angelica is making a booklet for each participant. All right. Also this Friday, we are doing For the Love of Writing. This is also in person, and Lorna and Reverend Angelica lead this group. On Saturday, we have a lot going on. In the morning, we are having our gratefulness gathering, which is led by David and Lena, and that's in the morning at 10:30. And then in the afternoon, the men's group is meeting at 3 p.m. in person here at the center. Then on Sunday afternoon is the sharing salon at Carol and James's house in Rio Del. There is a sign up for that as well, and a flyer. Please sign up, particularly if you would like to carpool. All right, so we are making plans now to go to Hawaii. So if you like Hawaii, sign up. I wanted to say it that way so it sounded like it was free. Is that cool? Yeah, all right. Apparently it's not, but this trip is going to be in late September. Burl and Angelica are organizing it now, and it is to celebrate the 40th anniversary of the church that Angelica founded in Hilo, Hawaii, on the Big Island. So if you have not been to the Big Island, it's fantastic. How many climate zones does it have? Like, there's 13 climate zones, and it has 12 of the 13 in the world, right? It's just an incredible place.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And a very active volcano.
Right, yeah, and a volcano that refuses to stop going off, which is pretty darn cool. So, yeah. Yeah, we promise not to get too close, but, yeah, we promise not to get too close, but it's a do not miss as well. Okay, I've lost control of the room completely. So we have practitioners available today if you need some support, if you'd like to talk to somebody after the service. Edward is here, and Reverend Angelica as well. As always, our little pantry needs to be fed. So if you have a chance when you go to the grocery store next time to pick up a few extra things, that would be great.
And we need somebody to
Okay, great. We need someone to fill the little pantry after the service today. All right, so our theme for this month is nurturing the new now. And we have a Pegasus on our slide to celebrate that. And so I am now going to turn things over to Donna to lead us in our next song.
I invite you to take a nice deep breath and relax in your chair. Love, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving. I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Blessed are we to be a sanctuary, life expressing sacred truth, with thanksgiving I remain a living sanctuary for you.
Thank you, Donna. Happy Mother's Day. I feel extremely blessed to be able to be such a large part of this service because the ladies here, you are the gateway by which all life passes into this universe. And I'm extremely honored to honor you today. And I think the guys should give her my hand. I told my wife, Happy Mother's Day. She said, back at you. I don't know what you meant by that. So for anybody that is new on Zoom or here, we read a little something. Jackson will sing us into a contemplative prayer. And after that, he will sing us into Reverend Angelica's talk for the day. What I chose to read today on the theme of birth and motherhood and what have you is actually a forward from one of the book projects I'm working on. I've got like, I think about 4 shelves of books that I'm trying to write at the same time. But this one is called Living in Our Atomic Simulated Reality. I believe that my way of viewing the physical world and life in general is quite a bit different from that of the so-called norm. I tend to view myself and everything around me as compositions of sentient and intelligent waves of life force energy encased within trillions of atoms, which are using the principle of magnetism as their binding and combining force. I personally believe in reincarnation, so I view our bodies as atomic constructed shells that house only a sliver of our personal life force energy. And that is woven during the birth process into and around each of our atoms. And it extracts itself in our final earthly moments, allowing atoms to disperse, recycle, and become a part of something new and different. In fact, atoms themselves are packets of solidified energy. Split an atom and you get the release of atomic energy or nuclear energy. The atom serves in the construction of our physical reality in the same manner as pixels do to pictures in our computer simulations. Our brain and our eyes interpret what we believe we see. Even invisible oxygen is composed of atoms and has a formula, O2. And our respirations add a carbon atom to the mix, letting us expel CO2 or carbon dioxide. Being inherently creative individuals due to our God nature, we create, recreate, rearrange, and exist in a symbiotic relationship with everything that is around us, and we do it continuously. Nearly everything in our world has been created or manipulated by our thoughts and deeds. We do this because it satisfies our mandate to create and our hunger for experience and knowledge. But in truth, we live within an ocean of intelligent and sentient life force energy and collective knowledge. We are waves in that ocean, individuals with our own lifespans and characteristics, but ultimately still composed of and existing within that vast energy. And that fact connects us to simply everything. As we create, rearrange, interact, or merely enter the proximity of anything within our surroundings, we use a small portion of our individual energy to bind and unbind with its or their individual energy. We infuse and leave behind a bit of ourselves, our personal energy, into everything we do, say, touch, or share proximity with. Have you ever wondered why certain movies, songs, dances, or artworks of any nature can touch you emotionally, or why certain orators can inspire or anger you? It's because they have infused their work with a healthy dose of the emotion that you are tapping into, and they are connected to you. The artist can be long gone, but their energy remains in the work. This is why it is mandatory for us to think before we speak or perform any action that may impact another. Because if we believe wholeheartedly and without any doubt in what we are sending out, it has no recourse but to affect the whole. As Ernest Holmes has stated in his book, This Thing Called You, we are powerful sending and receiving stations. What I know is there is only one sentient, one powerful, loving life force. And I know that everything, simply everything, is manifested from that life force, that ocean of vast, intelligent life force. And I know that that life force would never intentionally cause harm to itself nor deny itself anything, so that I know everything has a positive outcome because that life force will protect itself and all that it creates. I know that, and I bless all of the women in the world because it is through you that we extract our lives and we are actually able to come into this dimension and to work and to learn and to make changes and inventions and all the things that we do. I know that it's through your love and your nurturing that we find strength. I bless you. I love you, all of you. And I thank God for you. And so it is.
There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place.
Thank you, Jackson. And thank you, Donna. I would like to now call forth one of my favorite manifestations of God, Reverend Angelica.
Thank you, thank you. Well, good morning, everyone. It's interesting seeing, by the way, we're no longer collecting these anymore. I don't know what this is doing up here, but if anybody knows an artist who would like to have about 4 boxes of these, originally we were going to make a bench with those for out in front here, but the place that's making benches is no longer doing it, and we discovered that in order to get a bench made, you'd have to ship those 4 boxes back east, and then ship the bench back, and we went, oh well. So, anyway, it's interesting that that we had picked the theme for the month to be nurturing because, I'm going to talk this morning about the heart that nurtures all of life. And when I was thinking about this title and the fact that it's Mother's Day, I thought that many of us at our ages no longer have our mothers in physical form, but we certainly do have them in our memories and in our hearts. Some of them, however, some of us might never have gotten the kind of mothering that we thought we needed. Some were blessed with mothers whose love shaped our lives and still does so to today. And yet, under all these types of mothers, there is a deeper spiritual truth, because there is a presence that is love that has never stopped loving us and never will. And so today on Mother's Day, I wanted to talk not only about human mothers, but what I call the divine mother. And that, to me, is the heart that nurtures all of life. So when I was thinking about mothers yesterday while writing this, I thought, some of us thought that our mothers had supernatural abilities because they could hear us unwrapping a forbidden candy wrapper rooms away, right? I mean, they had all kinds of amazing talents. What? Oh, eyes in the back of your head. That was the phrase I was looking for last night, and I couldn't remember that. Thank you, Lori. But yeah, they did. But what I also thought about mothers was that mothers did most of the nurturing, the comforting, the worrying, the encouraging, the protecting, and the don't forget your jacket. So what I thought about this was, what if these qualities are more than just personality traits? What if they're spiritual qualities? What if they're spiritual qualities? Expressions of the infinite. And you know, Dr. Holmes spoke in the textbook of the fatherhood and the motherhood of God, not as an old man in the sky, like many of us were taught in our youth, but a presence that creates, sustains, loves, guides, nurtures life into expression. And when I was thinking about nurturing, I thought about the fact that sometimes in this faith tradition, we think more about how to use the law. We focus on spiritual law, and we forget the tenderness of spirit. And I think that this is one thing that our country needs, as well as each one of us. I want us to remember that love is that atmosphere in which those laws that manifest work, right? So Holmes wrote, love points the way and law makes the way possible. Love points the way. And that's the part that we forget. And law makes the way possible. And so I feel that more than ever today, humanity needs this balancing presence of the Divine Mother. So I decided to look at different religions and cultures to see how they handled this idea of the Divine Mother. So in Buddhism, there's Kuan Yin. And the main thing they talked about in Kuan Yin is she who hears the cries of the world. And I thought that was such a beautiful phrase, because I know I'm not a mother of humans, but I'm a mother of animals. And yet I know that I can be somewhere and hear a child or an animal crying, and my heart opens up, and I want to go help that person, right? So Kuan Yin was the one who hears the cries of the world. She listens, and that's where healing begins sometimes, is with the one that listens. When somebody really, truly hears us. I think many of us are looking for the person or the people that truly hear us, instead of just what they might be thinking. I know that you've probably been in a situation like I have, where you're having a disagreement with somebody, and you want to jump right in with everything that you feel and you think, and you don't stop and listen to what they're thinking. And of course, they're doing the same thing. And so nothing gets solved. So then I looked at Christianity, and in Christianity, it's Mother Mary. And Mother Mary became the symbol of steadfast love, the presence that remains even in suffering. I watched a movie not long ago on some odd channel that I now get because I have a Roku instead of Optimum. And it was about Mary and how she moves through her pregnancy and being hassled about by her family because she's pregnant and she's not married, and you know, all these kind of things, and then watching her son grow up and start to do healings and becoming more famous. And yet, even all the time that he was becoming more famous, the Romans were sort of out to get him because he wasn't supposed to be that way. He was taking all their attention. And, you know, then to watch her son get crucified, you know, I mean, just imagine that. Even in the steadfast love, even in the presence that remains in suffering. In Tibetan Buddhism, Tara represents compassionate action and fearless protection. There's a story that Tara vowed to keep returning until all beings awakened. And something happened to me when I read that. It was like my heart opened up more. I love this image of compassion that refuses to give up on humanity. There's stuff going on in our world right now that makes us want to give up on humanity. And yet we have to move beyond that, those ideas, into a place of compassion. In the Hindu traditions, Lakshmi represents abundance, beauty, and generosity, while Saraswati embodies wisdom, creativity, music, and learning. And I love those ideas because it brings in the talents and the expressions of the people, which our mothers, I know, I was a writer even as a little kid. In fact, I got published in this magazine called Highline Magazine for Children. I don't know if they still have that anymore, but they do? Oh, wow. But anyway, my mother was so proud, that even though she was basically an abusive person, she was really proud, and she would tell everybody, oh, she got published. That was the last time I got published anywhere, though, except in our stuff and in religious science. I've written a few stories and sent them to magazines, et cetera, and gotten some interesting replies. Too much spirituality, I think. And my last one is in the ancient traditions of the Andes, Pachamama is honored as Mother Earth herself, the living presence that feeds and sustains all life. And I thought, wow, this idea of Earth being the great mother is not a new idea. And yet it comes back to me so powerfully because, in fact, in all of these women that I've just talked about, there is the idea or a known nurturing presence in all of them. As I said a minute ago, my experience with my mother was complicated. I was born to an unwed mother, adopted as a small child, and my adoptive mother was an alcoholic and deeply abusive. I eventually ran away at 16 years old and ended up in a foster home with a truly loving foster mother. And years later, when I met my birth mother, who I had been told horrible things about by my adopted mother, I discovered that she really was a good person. And so this idea about mothering and my experiences had led me to believe that mothering is bigger than biology. I know men that have mothered because the wife couldn't or was absent or whatever. So mothering is something that all of us do. And what I realize is that the Divine Mother expresses through everybody. And so for me, part of this idea of living in the new now is allowing more of those nurturing moments, nurturing qualities to awaken in ourselves, to become even more nurturing than we were before. In fact, I see it as compassion instead of domination. I see it as listening instead of shouting. I see it as healing instead of blame. I see it as love that is strong enough to protect life. And what I also realized in looking at this whole mothering thing was we do not have to become perfect expressions of love overnight. We simply start right where we are. We allow ourselves to express kind words. We allow ourselves to do actions that are kind. I was sitting, I don't remember whether I mentioned this last week, but I was sitting in the lab waiting to get my blood drawn, and there was a man with a walker who had pushed the button so the door would automatically open, and it didn't. And so he started struggling to get the door open and get his walker and himself out. And I jumped up and I said, I'll get the door for you. And I ran over, and the door was weird because it was really heavy. And opened the door, and then the lady came out from behind the counter and turned the button thing on so that it would work. And then as she's walking back to her desk, she's thanking me for being such a kind person. And, doing these things, and I thought, isn't that normal? I mean, I bet if I hadn't jumped up so quickly, somebody else sitting there waiting would have. It seems to me that being kind or being compassionate is a normal way to live. This is the second time in the last few months that I've been told how amazing it is that I'm so kind. I mean, one was in Murphy's and now in the lab, and it's like, but everybody's supposed to be this way, right? So what I know is that as we allow ourselves to start right where we are, we can be kind with words. We can listen to people when they need to talk. We can be patient. We can share meals. We could hold a hand, or we could give a hug. We could speak a prayer. There are so many different ways to be that nurturing presence, because I know that this nurturing presence is moving through us every single moment. It wants to be expressed if we'll allow it to be. That nurturing presence is that divine energy that is the source and substance of absolutely everything that there is. And what I am getting clearer and clearer about is that, as Dr. Holmes says in the textbook, this energy is impersonal. We can't say, this energy is love, but you can. And you can't say this energy is mean, but you can. And whatever you believe about this energy or about life itself is what you're going to manifest, because that's how it works. It works according to our thoughts and our feelings. So we have to pay attention to how we're acting every single day. And I would rather be in a place of kindness than I would in a place of anger. And yet anger's come up a lot for me lately. However, when I think about this whole idea of this nurturing presence and the God experience, etc., it made me remember something that Swami Byandananda, if you remember him a few weeks ago doing his little show, he said a long time ago, he was talking about somebody being the guru, or somebody said something about being a guru, and he said that guru means, gee, you are you. And that, for me, underneath that sense of humor is something deeply real and deeply spiritual. Because you are you. The divine is not asking you to be anybody else. Spirit is simply asking us to become more available to the love that's already expressing through us, that's willing and ready to be expressed. It's ready for us to let compassion express as us, wisdom expresses us, courage expresses us, nurturing expresses us. And so to me, this is how the Divine Mother moves through the world. through ordinary people willing to embody extraordinary love and express it. I think that's our job here. If we want to live in a world that works for everyone, as it says up there, I believe, somewhere, or maybe it says it on one of our other things, but that's sort of the motto of Science of Mind, we're living in a world that works for everyone, then we have to be all that we could be to help that out. We have to start here and then use it in the world, express it in the world. So today, whether your memories of mother are joyful, painful, complicated, whatever, I want you to remember this. Our spiritual practice right now is to remember that the love behind all of life has never abandoned us. It's never abandoned us. We might have forgotten about it, but it's always been there, willing to move through us in the way that we would like it to. So the heart that nurtures all of life is still breathing us, it's still guiding us, it's still holding us, still believing in what we can become. So we want to open our hearts to it. Open our hearts to more love. And perhaps our invitation is not only to receive that love, but to share it with each other. So let's go into prayer. Gratefully, I acknowledge the powerful presence of the divine. And today I choose to think of this divine presence, this amazing energy, as the Divine Mother. And I almost see us as little children climbing up on the mother's lap, perhaps resting our head upon her breasts, feeling her arms going around us, feeling that unconditional love, that love that is given so freely, that love that nurtures us, that love that can heal, that can encourage us and empower us to be more, that divine love that is sitting within us, ready and willing for us to say yes. It's also ready and willing for us to share it. So I know today, as we think about our own mothers, as we think about this idea of mothering, about the great Mother God, or the goddess, so many traditions have a god and a goddess, except ours, except Christianity. So as we allow ourselves to think of this divine feminine, we open up to it more than we ever have before, and we let ourselves be loved. We let ourselves be the love, this presence and power of spirit. And as we walk through our days, I know that this love spreads its energy around us so that even people we don't even know feel it somehow, and it refreshes them. It heals them. It moves them to be better. And so we give thanks for all of this. We give thanks for knowing that there is that divine presence within us that is living our lives as us, according to our thoughts and our feelings. And we move into a place of knowing the highest truth, that it's all love, all love. And we're so grateful for this, so grateful. And so it is. So Edward is our musician this morning, as well as our practitioner.
hearing the Flying Ohms last week, I wanted to do something jazzy, and originally I was thinking about doing something like Miles Davis on a trumpet, but I said, nah. You know, there's only one Miles Davis, and I'm not him. So instead, I revert back to my saxophone, which I love. In keeping with Mother's Day, I decided to do a song that was really dear to my mother. I come from a multi-generational family of entertainers, and I was lucky enough to have a mother who was a singer, dancer, musician, and actress. And she acted in off-Broadway and in Los Angeles in some musical plays. One of her favorite songs and one of her favorite sayings to me is that you are great, you know, you are composed of all of the things that stars are made from. And her favorite song that she used to sing to me always was Stardust. And that's Hoagy Carmichael, for those that don't know, composed around 1923, I think it is, and released in 26. But I, being me, rearranged everything a little bit. So you're going to hear my version of Stardust. I can get my band to work here. Let's see. Yeah, it is. Takes a minute for this thing. Thank you, thank you. That, incidentally, was the first song I ever played when I joined the center, 8 years ago, I guess it was. And I also played that song at my mother's transition, so.
Thanks, Edward. Thanks for bringing that one back. It was a really good one. Yeah. So now we are going to share our gifts. If you will join me. I gratefully give from the fullness of my abundance, knowing my gift blesses this center, all in it and beyond, and so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for these gifts. Thank you for all who bless the center with them. Thank you for the good that they will do both here and in the community and beyond. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you both. So is there someone who would be willing to read our community statement of inclusion? This man here.
Does somebody else volunteer? Edward, thank you so much for that beautiful song. That was very awesome. Really appreciated that. And with your green outfit on the screen there, you made the plants come alive along with us too. And I really appreciate that. Okay? All right. We, the Eureka Center for Spiritual Living, are a community that celebrates diversity, fosters inclusion, champions inner work, and creates space for brave, vulnerable conversations. We are a community that honors the unique emanation of God that each person embodies and advocates for people for human rights and dignity for all. We are a community that blesses each other, sees sacredness in all life, remains learners and listeners so we may grow together and understand that oneness is not sameness. Together we say, we know our beloved community is revealed more fully when we love each other well. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. I invite you now to stand, join a circle around. Oh, we can make it. Stretch your arms out. There you go. And if you're not familiar with the lyric, jump on in there, Gardner. Yeah. The lyrics are on the screen. See, we're stretching and growing. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that is meant to be. With God as our power, united all are we. Yes, we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every breath I take, yes, this is my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me.
Can I give you some presents?
So, usually I do this, and I didn't last week, and Judy said, you dropped this, and it was
Uh-oh.
Whoops, yep, I dropped that one.